Hello, everybody. Oh, calm down. 15 seconds late. David. David. I see your name. Let me get myself up here on the chats while we wait for some more people to show up. Much easier if I do it this way and I can see you guys all on my pooter. Hey, Hemi, how's it going? Alrighty. Now I can see myself. I can see what you guys are saying. How's everybody going? Man, good turnout really quick so far. Good. Glad I got 10 of you going. We can start things off instead of sitting right here waiting and me doing stupid hold music while we wait. Welcome to the 7th episode of Brews and Blades, brought to you by Weha. As always, I will have a trivia question shortly where you guys can win this cool little T6, T8, T10 little twerk set from Weha. So keep an eye out for that. We'll do that here in a minute. I didn't need to do the music. Yeah, I used to. I did the Tonight Show thing. That was my little thing. So now you guys have seen it. We can move on from that. It was never very good in the first place. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We have a lot of stuff to get through today. We're going to talk about, I have some best tech prototypes and stuff, and some new, well, one a prototype, two models that aren't quite in stores yet. I already did a review of one of them. Talk about those really quick, show you a prototype of their new slip joint, which is freaking awesome. I'll be doing a full review of that later this week. We will also be going through, in this last 10 days or so, I sold a lot of stuff, traded a lot of stuff, wound up with a whole lot of cool new knives. A couple of them have already been on the channel. Some are coming up. We'll go through all that, get all that going. We will talk about Blade Show. I was not there, but a lot of my friends were, and I was living vicariously through them in text, mostly Nick, Stasa23, and Zelric. They got me some stuff, which is cool. I do appreciate that from them. Told me a whole lot of info. We're going to have a podcast coming up on that probably like Tuesday or Wednesday. I think that'll be up with all their experiences and everything. I'm just going to kind of be an innocent bystander in that one. But yeah, great Blade Show. A lot of really awesome stuff. So we'll talk about Blade Show there towards the end. Now, and so please keep an eye out for that podcast. Slicey Dicey, it's youtube.com/Slicey Dicey podcast if you want to subscribe. We got our own URL now, so it's super easy to find us. Let's do the trivia question really quick. I'm going to get that right off the bat here for some of you guys who just pop in who want to win stuff. You're mean and horrible people, but I will accommodate you. I recently reviewed this Buck 110. This is an exclusive from Smoky Mountain Knife Works with a clip and a thumb stud. But the question is, what year was the Buck 110 introduced? That is a trivia question. Do not reply in the live comments. Do not reply in the live comments. Just post it in the after the video is over in the comments down below, and then I'll randomly select it. All right. So we will do that. And yes, there will be an American Lawman appearance in this video. American Lawman. Yeah, and I am really sorry that I was not at Blade Show. I know some people, I got lots of messages from people saying they wanted to meet me there. I very much appreciate that. I really, really do. It was my son's birthday, and we're getting ready for his high school graduation, so I just couldn't pull it off. Family obligations. But I will definitely, absolutely be at the next one because my son will be all graduated, and he has birthdays all the damn time, so I can go. Now, his birthday's on May 31st, which is right around Blade Show time, but I will make it. We had Kendrick Lamar tickets this time, so that was kind of cool. I bet I was the only guy with a knife YouTube channel at a Kendrick Lamar concert. I bet. Yeah. I could compare the Buck 110 to the Broken Skull. You probably could. Not this one, though. This one's pretty pricey. There may be another Buck 110 in the channel's future. Not necessarily mine, but you'll see that later on. It's actually already here, but it's not for me, so I can't show it yet. What else do you want to talk about? I wanted to, pimp the podcast. I want to make sure I did that. I also want to mention down below, if anybody wants to like send me stuff to review, loaners, anything like that, please let me know in advance. But there is a P.O. box down below. I was actually about ready to get rid of it, and then stuff has shown up magically lately. I've gotten some anonymous little gifts and stuff, which I always very much appreciate. And then, just random manufacturers of accessories and parts and stuff have started sending me stuff there just randomly. So there's a P.O. box down below. Please take a look at that. I am thinking about trying to start some kind of subscription service. I do have a Patreon. If you guys want to kick into that, cool. But I'm not super happy with Patreon. I don't know. It's just difficult to use. I'm trying to set up goals and stuff, and it's fighting me, and I just not super hot with them. I'm trying to figure something out with PayPal, that's how I do through my bike website. And I'm trying to think of some kind of PayPal subscription and then just do a giveaway every month to my PayPal subscribers. I don't know. Email me, sliceydice75@gmail.com. You have any ideas about that? I want to do something to give people an opportunity to kick back because I'm not making much money at this. I'm getting to handle a lot of cool knives, but all the stuff you're going to see that I got in, I sold a lot of stuff to get it. And, you know, I want to go to Blade Show next year, all that kind of stuff. I'm not expecting to make a living at this by any means, but, you know, a couple of shekels always helps out. I'm trying to think of a way to do that that is beneficial to you guys too. I'm thinking maybe like a $5 a month thing on PayPal, and every month I give away a knife or two because I've always got stuff to give away. Those $35, $40 retail knives, $50 retail knives, some of them just aren't worth bothering to sell by the time you ship them. I'm gonna find something to do with them. I did that raffle for the two rakes I had. That worked out awesome. I kind of broke even on those, but I found out I'm not supposed to do that. It's kind of illegal in New York State, so I can't. I'm not going to do that anymore. Nobody said anything to me. I just realized myself. So, yeah. All right. Now let's get into the proper meat of the show after I've pimped my own stuff and had a slight little begging, give me money things. Yeah, it's just a waffle. Yeah. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I did it on YouTube and nobody said anything to me official, but somebody just said, is that legal in your state? And I looked it up and no, it is not. So, yeah, not going to do that anymore. My bad, New York State. I apologize. Yeah, we had a lot of cool best techs come through. It's been awesome. They sent me a big batch of stuff. You guys have already seen my review of the pterodactyl. Hopefully, if you want to go back, look at that awesome knife. I put this up yesterday, I believe. Just really cool. Best Tech is really doing some awesome stuff. The action on it is fantastic. I love the blade shape. Love a lot of things about this, but there's already a full review on this, so look it up. And I see some of your questions coming through. I'll probably get to those in a minute because I got a lot of stuff to get through, more than usual this time because we didn't have a show last week because it was Memorial Day. And as a vet, also myself, I thought we should honor that and not have a show. So next up, this is going to be coming in probably a week or so. This is kind of a crazy knife. This is the Best Tech Hornet. Not my thing. This kind of cleaverish, sheep's footy giant blade. Not my style at all. But it's damn well built, and it's 52 bucks. So I can't really knock that. D2 steel, typical super smooth, Best Tech action. If you are into this kind of thing, this is a great knife. I am not into that kind of thing, but I do have a review of that coming up. It's already recorded in the can. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to use it. But yeah, it looks more like a Rhino than a Hornet. That's what I thought too, but I think there's already some knives named Rhino, so maybe that's why they went with that. This is the one I was most excited about, and the one that I want to encourage you guys to tell Best Tech you want, because they're gonna make it, but I don't know how many they're gonna make, and I want them to make a lot to make sure I get one. This is their new slip joint prototype, one hand open, ultra modern slip joint. I'm not a fan of the color, but obviously it's Best Tech. It'll come in more colors than this. Titanium. Carbon fiber. I don't know what the steel on this blade even is. It's not marked, and they haven't decided what steel they're even going to make it in yet. But it's a beautiful little knife. It's great. I've actually mostly been carrying it without the pocket clip on it. It's just like a traditional, just kind of resting in my pocket. But one hand open, obviously one hand close. It's nice little half stop, great walk and talk. It is a really, really good slip joint. And they're going to make a slip joint version of the Goblin also, which I'm really excited about that. But yeah, this is a really cool knife, and I really want them to make it. I really, really do. So yeah, the Parrot I'm looking forward to too. A-Ray just posted under. Yeah, I'm supposed to get one of those post-haste. So yeah, that Parrot looks freaking great too. Yeah, this is just a prototype at the moment, but it will be made. They just don't know how many yet, so please, guys, tell them you want it so they make a bunch so that I'm sure that I can get my hands on one. I do have a good relationship with Best Tech, but they don't give me nothing for free. I buy them, so I want to make sure that I get one. So order them so I can get one. Very, very cool little knife. You know, you guys know how I love these ultra modern slip joints. They're just so cool. Hopefully it won't have the Bee Blast finish, but we will see. Best Tech seems to be fond of that Bee Blast lately. I am not, but I hear tell that they're not going to be as fond of it in the future. So, All right. Let's move on to let's do. I'll do a couple questions here. Let me scroll back here. Oh, you guys are all talking about cutting yourselves. I haven't gotten. Did I get cut by? Yeah, I did get cut by one. Oh, I got cut on my thumb here. That was my own. It was on a knife, but it was my own damn fault. I was cleaning the blade on a Spyderco, and I'm a dumbass, and I hacked right through the little microfiber cloth I was cleaning it with and got my thumb. So that I can't blame that on a knife. Other than that, I don't think I've cut myself lately. Oh wait, something bit me there like last week, but man, I don't remember what it was. It happens, so I forget things. Oh yeah, Libya says about Amazon applying their stupid knife laws to more than just tanker. No, at the time that I published that, even they had already found a few, and now they seem to find all of them. Basically, if you live in New York State and you try to order a knife off of Amazon and it has a flipper tab, you ain't getting it. So yeah, I saw somebody ask me a question. Avery, I don't really want to answer that one about how you get involved with a knife company. I don't know a whole lot about it, and the stuff that I do know, I'm probably not supposed to talk about. So, the cold steel large Luzon, I have not seen that, but anything with the words cold steel and large probably is not in my wheelhouse. So, yeah, they're not. Flipper tabs in New York State, the Amazon thing, are not illegal in upstate New York. They're only illegal in New York City, and they've just kind of applied some of New York City's knife laws to everything. Not even all of them. Just some they've cherry picked and applied them to the whole damn state. And yeah, I can't buy hardly anything off Amazon anymore. But it's ridiculous. I can buy like a Spyderco Manix 2 XL, big giant blade, totally fine. Can't buy a Kershaw dividend because they just decreed it to be illegal, and it is not. So yeah, it's really, they didn't decree it to be illegal. They just said we're not shipping it to you. So it's really annoying. I've got a friend in Pennsylvania I have all my stuff shipped to, and he ships it to me. But let's bring out the stuff that I have been teasing about this. This is stuff I've been showing fairly often on the channel, and they are laid out in a somewhat reasonable order. So I even put them in my little wooden box thing. So I apologize to myself for covering up my own logo. Yeah, the last 10 days or so, been pretty crazy. I sold some stuff, bought some stuff, traded for some stuff, and I got a whole lot of new knives. So very excited about it. I guess all of these are technically, I guess, for me. One I did not intend to be for me, but I'm definitely keeping it. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go in order because two of them have already been reviewed, one a couple days ago, one just today, and then these are kind of in the order that you're gonna see the reviews of them up. Yeah, I know this is not a new knife. This isn't exciting. I won't spend a lot of time on it. I already did the review. This is the Spyderco Gale Bradley 2. Never intended on buying this. I went to a local knife dealer, good friend of mine, very nice guy. Actually, I brought him these Best Techs to show him because he was thinking about adding Best Tech, and I said I got a bunch of them, I'll bring them by. And I had never held a Gale Bradley, and I picked it up out of the case and handled it for the first time, and I really, really, really liked it. It's great. It's really, really good. And you know what? This is a knife from Texas. I think it's a good time to open my beer finally. I almost forgot about it. Texans drink beer. I've seen Stone Cold. Another Three Heads. I know I do a lot of Three Heads, but I do love their stuff. This is the Three Heads Lager with a very decorative can. This is all painted on. This is on purpose. It's a plain beer, so they decided to do a plain can. They usually do artsy stuff on there, so it's kind of a statement, I guess, really. I've had it before. I can already say it's really good. And this is the Rochester Real Beer Expo thing from a couple years ago. That was just yesterday. I know because it meant that I could hardly get out of my driveway. It's right down the street from my house. Pop it a can. Oh, bumped my thing. I had a Jenny on here once. I'm not beyond a Jenny, that's for sure. But no, yeah, the Gale Bradley 2, just a great working knife. Was really surprised how much I liked it once I had it in my hand. And I've only got one other tie chunk Spyderco, so yeah, it's a keeper. I put a deep carry pocket clip on it. Didn't really need it, but I had one, so I did. So yeah, I like a lot about this. The only thing I don't like is that jimping is really kind of As you can see with my cut thumb, I'm using my fingernail to close it, but very awesome knife. I'll put that one aside. Next up, just did the review of this today. This, I did not think I would like this, but everybody was raving about it, and got it in a bright color because I honestly didn't think I was going to keep it, and it seemed like kind of a fun knife, if anything, so get it in a fun color. And yeah, I love this little bastard. This is the Kaiser Vanguard Mini Sheepdog. Awesome little knife. So much fun. Look at this. I haven't even done... I did oil it up a little bit, but I mean, Jesus, look at that. It's so fall shutty. And one of the main reasons why I wanted to feature it in this video, even though I did the review, I forgot something in the review, and I felt very bad about it, so I'm correcting my own error. In the box that it comes with, they've changed their packaging a little bit. It's never been bad on the Vanguards, but you know, they got this little thing. Now they have this little pouch in there, and this is what it sits in. And in that pouch, not only do you get your usual Kaiser cloth, but also you get a patch now. Isn't that cool? Forgot to include that in the review. CO1C Kaiser. I just think that's awesome. The only other knife that I've got with a patch with was another one in this box, and it's much more expensive than this. Isn't that just cool? I love that little patch. I just think that's awesome. All right. Next, we're done with that, I think. Yeah, just awesome little knife. Cool little flipper. So much fun. Go watch the review if you want to know more about it. Really, really love it. It's really cool. And there's $69. Nice. Yeah, I like this. It's just so cool. It's a great little backup knife. I'm going to use the hell out of this thing. I just know I am. Next up, this is the review coming out tomorrow. This is the Benchmade Saibu 486 Nakamura collaboration. Sweet little knife. It really is. As I say in the review, I was not interested in it by pictures because I thought it just looked like a schmancy pants bug out, but then I saw that it is not. The bug out is actually quite a bit bigger. And I did not realize that until I looked at the stats. And then 20 CV for, by Benchmade standards, fairly reasonable price, 212 bucks. Not cheap, but there's a whole lot of machine work on this. Cocobolo inlays on the scales and on the flipper, or on the thumb stud, I guess I should say. So yeah, and it's got so many little details. It's a bamboo thing in the back. I'm not worried that it costs $212. I think that's fair. I don't think it's a bargain, but I think it's pretty fair. There's a lot of work done in this, and no, it does not have any of the usual Benchmade problems. Blade centering's very good. The grind is good. There's no blade play. Just to make sure you guys all rest assured everything's okay. It is. It did come out of the box very well, and I did get this online. I didn't get a chance to handle it first, but it came out really good. So, next up we have the one that I think you guys have gotten the most attention. This will be coming out on Tuesday. I want another couple of days to play with it, just to make sure that I really love it as much as I think I do. I want to make sure I haven't been brainwashed by how much I love this knife, and I really want to give it a couple more days before I publish the review on it, or post the review on it. This is the We Wasabi. This is going to be available sooner than I thought. They sold a few at Blade Show. This is number 18 of 200. They sold at Blade Show, or 300. I think they're going to sell 200. I think they sold 200 at Blade Show, and I think 100 at this, what is it? Blade Stock, the European show. I'm not sure. I heard that was what, but it's not for my usual week. I heard that, so I'm not sure that's true. But anywho, I thought it was going to be a couple months before this is available. It isn't. This is going to be available in like a month. So that's awesome news, because this knife is so good. I am completely blown away by it. Tiny little flipper tab, but I did tear it apart to put some, and I lubed it up just to make sure that I just wanted to see how it was put together and stuff, and I do that with almost everything. and the action on it was good when I took it out of the box, but then after I tore it apart and put it back together, basically all I did was enhance the break-in period. And oh my lord, it's good. And just look at that blade shape, guys. Oh, I did not like Warncliffe's 7-8 months ago. I was a stupid fool. I feel like what happened to me I when I started eating asparagus about 1.5 years ago, and I never liked it before, and I didn't think I liked it, and then I started eating it, and I love it. I feel that way about Warncliffe's. Warncliffe's are my asparagus of the knife world. I love Warncliffe's now, and I really like this one. It's a big sucker. It's about a 4-inch blade, but it carries very small. And yeah, Mr. Gearbear says he was impressed by all of them. He got a preview of all these the other day, so he paid for it, though, because I think we figured out a trade for something, but I think we both worked out on it. If that's the actual trade, Mr. Gearbear, we're all going to find out together if this last one is one that I actually own or not, because we talked about a trade, and I think we kind of agreed on it. And then I said I'd think about it for a couple days, and I've thought about it, and if he's still into it, we're doing it. But yeah, though this thing is just so smooth, and I just love everything about this. The detent's excellent, and just that action. Oh, I can't even call it hydraulic. It's smoother than of what we jokingly call Bryan spec. It's completely plain. I like my knives to be fairly plain most of the time, with some rare exceptions. And I just really, really like it. It's an amazing, amazing thing. And we're going to stop before I lose my mind. Another one that's going to be coming out in review. Do some more questions, please. I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions. I'm just seeing you guys argue about bourbon and stuff. If you guys ask proper questions, I'll answer them. I'm just, oh, are all beer cans huge in the U.S.? No, it's just this one. These come in big 4-packs instead of, ooh, bang the camera, instead of small 12-ounce 6-packs. So you also prefer plain knives. Plain knife fans unite. That's I'm gonna do a video about what Bryan spec means. So basically, I like stuff plain for a couple reasons. I'm going to do it in another video, but basically, I resell a lot of stuff, so I don't want a crazy color because I'm going to resell it. And also, I am boring, so it's also that. So, how do you sharpen a convex or Scandi knife? I've never sharpened a Scandi, but the convex I actually used a trick I saw from Kevin Cleary. I just kind of touched up my Chris Reeve once, and he has a good trick he shows. We're using like mouse pad type material with the really fine grit sandpaper over it, and it will kind of bend and do the convex. So, but go to Kevin Cleary's channel and look that up. It's a great channel to watch anyway, and he has a very good explanation of that. Have you heard anything about the M390 Intrigue, or is it silence on that front? It's coming. No, it's definitely coming. They had, I think, and I saw in one of the videos at Blade Show, they said they had prototypes, but didn't yeah, strops would work too for the convex. But no, on the Intrigue, they said that they didn't have an exact time, but by the end of the year, I think is what they said. So, yeah. The trade is on, my friend. Yay! So now I can say that I own this next one. So I wanted to put him on spot on camera. So I have another one of his knives, Elomi, here. I'll show you here in a minute. But this is another one I acquired in the last 10 days, and this thing is great. This is the Spyderco PM2 Crewwear, the Knife Center exclusive with the Slick G10. I love this. It's my new favorite PM2. It's $155 for Crewwear. How can you go wrong? Yes, the handles are slick. If it matters to you, Kevin Kev did a little quick video on this, and I agree with what he said. If you are holding a PM2 in the way that the slickness of the handles matters much, you're doing it wrong. You're locked into this thing no matter what. Yeah, the grippy G10 will be nice if you're doing something really crazy or you're in a rainstorm, but other than that, you're really locked in. I'm either holding it like this, or most of the time even more so, up on the jimping. I don't care that the handles are slick. I don't care. My S35 PM2, my previous favorite PM2, I put carbon fiber aftermarket scales on it, which were just as slick, if not slicker than these. Never was an issue. It's a great. I love this. I really do. And I was scared of Cruware for a while because it's technically not yeah, stainless, but I've had another one for a while. I have a Mannix 2 Cruware with the carbon, and it's been fine. I'm not afraid of it anymore. And now I've got an M4 that's even more corrosion prone, I guess. But you know, you just keep an eye on them, keep them relatively clean, and they stay fine. It's nothing to really freak out about. Somebody's asking, have I ever tried to EDC a fixed blade? No, it's not really kosher in my city, so I don't. That's why you don't see many fixed blades on here. I couldn't really carry them much if I did have one. Hiking season's coming around, and I'm not happy with the 2 fixed blades that I do own. I got a couple of SOGs, so I am looking for at least one decent one, but I don't know what yet. But yeah, this thing is great. I really love it. And now, lastly, I'll bring these back out as we chat and do questions at the end. We're almost done. I just found out as we're doing this one is actually officially mine. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. This is my first ever Reate. This is the Reate Valhalla. Totally, completely out of my wheelhouse. Not at all the kind of stuff that I like, but wow. Wow, it's great. So I'm saying, are there strict knife laws in Rochester? Just for downtown, not for the whole county or anything, but yes, downtown Rochester, it's 3-inch limit. And very strict about concealed fixed blades, so that's why I don't carry ones. I don't even know what the laws are for fixed blades. I know it was so restrictive that I just don't even bother. But yeah, back to the Valhalla. I freaking adore this thing. It's heavy-ish. It's not crazy. I think it's like 6.6. It's big. It's kind of crazy looking. I don't like Persians, but all put together, I really, really love this thing. It's so cool. It's just so comfortable in the hand. So comfortable in the hand. And it's my first Reate, and I've held Reates before. I actually have a review in the tank somewhere a long ways back for a Reate Hills, but I've never put it up. Just a beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous thing. And despite it not being my style, Valhalla or Schließ Buoy, I have never held a Schließ Buoy. I want to, but I've not. I think this is significantly larger than a Schließ Buoy. So, but yeah, again, action was really good out of the box, but I did just clean it, and now it's just bang. It's just, it's so nice. Pleasure to work on. Comes with awesome stuff. Comes with patches and all that stuff. Great little case and everything. I have a full review on this coming up. And for a Reate, not terribly expensive. I think they retail for $280. That's not horrible. And for its size also, carries shockingly well. I've been walking around with it in my pocket for the last couple of days, and off and on, and I can get my hand past it. They did a really good job with the pocket clip on this, where you can just get your hand right past it. The flipper tab is not at all objectionable the way that it sits in the pocket. For a crazy knife, it's great. When I go visit my mother at the old folks home, I will not be opening up this knife. But but other than that, man, it's cool. I really like it, and I think as a reviewer, I needed to have a Reate and spend some time with a Reate, and I like it enough that I've been planning on maybe selling a few more to get something else, get one more nice one. I'm trying to get rid of some of my medium stuff and have a few more nice ones, and won't say which Reate I'm looking at, but it rhymes with Faby Machine. I'm going to be watching a whole lot of Reate Baby Machine reviews tonight. That's all I'm saying. I love the look of that knife, and now that I know that their quality is all it's cracked up to be, that may be something that I pull the trigger on sometime soon. And Reate's one of the companies that I can get wholesale, so that also helps out. I'm going to bring these 5 back out again. What else do I got coming up? Oh, here's another one. Here's one Mr. Gear Bear loaned to me. I'll be reviewing this at some time. This may be a couple weeks, but actually I should probably bump it up because it is a sprint run, so I don't know how long they're going to be available. This is the ZT0095 with the tiger stripe and the S90. It's pretty cool. My 10-second review, and I know Mr. Gear Bear would agree on this, the owner of this knife, the action on it is not outstanding. I played with it a bit, and it's better, but it's just not what you've come to expect from ZT. This is a very old ZT design, so that's not really terribly shocking. And it's, I think part of it too is the coating on the blade slows everything down. I bet that will wear out, but as you can see, I just failed at trying to flip it, but it's a lot better than it was. But yeah, I think a lot of it's just that coating, because it does feel just kind of draggy no matter how good you lube it. But very cool looking, that's for sure. I didn't think I'd like those tiger stripes, but in person they look pretty good. So yeah. Micro Typhoon, yeah, I've thought about that too, but those are really expensive, so I don't know. I really like the Baby Machine. And is or is not the Baby Machine the best name ever for a knife? I just think that's the best name I've ever heard for a knife. The Reate Baby Machine, I just think is hilarious. I really do like that. So that's part of the reason why. I'm sure it's supposed to be Baby Machine, but it's much more fun when you pronounce it Baby Machine, isn't it? So so guys, as I said, I was not at Blade Show, but I did get a lot of intel and stuff. So what do you guys think about some of the stuff you saw there? Post me some. We're just gonna do question and answer now, but I think this is a good time to start out. I will tell you the stuff that I was excited about. The Three Rivers Manufacturing Neutron, which is basically a locking version of the PM2. I mean the PM2. God, I get PM2s on the brain. You guys keep saying it. Of the Viator with a thumb stud, very flicky, nice liner lock. I'll definitely be getting one of those. This is the 3-inch. The ZT I showed is the 0095 TS. It's the Tiger Stripe. It's a special. It's a sprint run from, I can't remember. It's Mr. Gear Bears. Maybe he will reply where it was. I can't remember what place. I don't remember if it was a sprint for everyone or just a distributor exclusive. I don't remember. That's research I do when I actually do the review. But yeah, some Brad's Anchor has some cool stuff. Effenberg Customs, I did not see those, so. SHOT Show wasn't great in my opinion. Yeah, I didn't see anything at SHOT Show that really blew me away a whole lot, except for some of those new, Blade Show you didn't think was great. I thought we had some good stuff. I really liked it. It was a whole lot of awesome Elijah Isham stuff, sorry. The Kaiser Theta, that's been out. They debuted that last year, but it's finally coming out, and I'm really excited about that one. And the what is it? Perona, another Elijah Isham one. I can't remember which one that was. Yeah, I can't remember which. I think it's Peroma, something like that. It was the kind of draw cut one. I really like the look of that with that kind of floating thumb stud. The Reate Jack looks great. So, what do I think about the Spyderco Drunken? I won't be owning one. It's just not my thing. It's gigantic, and I don't remember what there was. There was something I looked about it that I just... Pluroma. There you go. You got it, Okan. Very good. Yeah, the Drunken wasn't something that really appealed to me. I do have a Smock on pre-order, and I have a Amalgam on pre-order, and I'm very eager to get those. So, yeah, Stasa had some nice coverage. Yeah, Stasa knocked it out of the park. I will say, guys, if you guys just want to blow through Blade Show and almost every booth that matters in a period of 35 minutes, go to Stasa 23. He does just a quick little thing at each one. Video quality is a bit shaky sometimes, but he gets all the stuff out you need to know. 30, 35 minutes, 2 beers or one of these giant suckers, which I'll pimp again. The Three Heads Lager from Three Heads Brewing. Yeah, 30, 35 minutes, you know everything you need to know. And Stas is always entertaining to listen to, even when he's messing up. He's still funny. Did you ever meet Copper Dice? I've not met him. No, I haven't even met Stas in person, or Zelric. We have never met in person. We just do everything over the internet. So, any word on when Reich's new knives coming? I have not heard any new word on that, but I'm very eager to see some of them. One knife that I did not I saw briefly in a video that I really want to know more about. I saw what I thought was a slip joint in the Tangram booth, but somebody just kind of went by it, and I couldn't even make out the release date on there. So I'm really excited about that. Like, because I love Tangram's budget stuff. Well, that's all the Tangram makes. I love Tangrams. They're great budget stuff. And a really nice modern slip joint from them, I think, would sell like the proverbial hotcakes. Yeah, Eugene Kwan did a great job too. I discovered his channel. I mean, I'd seen a couple before, but I really got into it watching this. So, do I like IPAs? Sometimes, but I kind of have IPA overload. I was in this like craft beer society thing, and it just seemed like we were always drinking IPAs, and I kind of got tired of it. Let me do, before I answer more questions, let me say the trivia question again. Easy one this time. Remember, answer after the video is over in the comments, after it's uploaded and over in the comments, so I can easily select you. What year did they start making the Buck 110? That's an easy question. What year did they start making the Buck 110? Answer in the comments below, not in the live feed. All right. What is the best modern slip joint? My favorite right now is, if you're looking for like ultra modern with stuff changed, is probably the TRM Vider. That's my favorite right now. I have not touched all of them, so I have to say that. So let me see. Or it was around here somewhere. Or if you're looking for a more traditional modern slip joint, I don't think you can beat the Lion Steel Roundhead. They come and go, but I know they're doing another run of them. It's freaking M390, and you can't beat it. The Benchmade proper is also excellent, but I like this a little bit better after more time of having them both for a long time. Slicey needs a copper dice, maybe a copper bear. So what, they can sit and listen to us argue about politics for 40 minutes? I don't think those would be very good videos. I joke. Mr. Gerber and I argue about politics a lot, but we do it. We're friends, and we do it, and it's nice. We can actually, we never change each other's mind, but we don't get upset, and it's fun. I like it. I do enjoy it. He's not a dumbass, so I like talking to him about stuff. So, oh, you got to handle the Tangram slip joint. It was nice, but a really weak back spring. It's kind of a thing on a lot of the modern ones. They don't quite get the spring correct. I will say that Best Tech definitely did with this. It's just about right. It's really good. It's a little bit more than the Kaiser Zip Slip. Did they say when it was going to be coming out? Okan? Because I would really love to know when that's coming out. I would really like to grab one of those if Amazon will let me. Because you can only buy Tangers on Amazon, and they're ass hats about shipping stuff to New York. Oh, here's one other thing I got coming up to review too. This is cool. This is one of the things that just showed up in my P.O. box, and it's an accessory primarily made for Cold Steels, and it's a thing that I can't believe Cold Steel doesn't just make, because it seems like a very Cold Steel thing to do. But these are these little Snaggletooth things from snaggletoothmf.com, and they make your Cold Steel like an Emerson flipper. This is the American Lawman, and they are about they're $15 a piece, or $30 for 3, or $45 for 5 of them. I got 3. I put one on this, the American Lawman, and the my Recon 1, and then they work also on any knife that you can remove the thumb studs. So once I have time to remove the thumb studs to my Ontario Wrap Model 1 and D2, it will be going on there. The RT1, I guess, or R1 D2. It doesn't have a tool on it, so you have to do it with like 2 tools and, like 2 pairs of pliers and try not to mess them up. But they do come off. I saw Canadian Cutting Edge has a very, very good. See you later, A-Ray. They have Canadian Cutting Edge is a very good tutorial on installing these and stuff. It takes 5 freaking minutes. They're super easy. It's just a little pretty well done, but still plastic thing. And yeah, you pull it out and it catches on your pocket like an Emerson Wave. It's pretty neat. So the upcoming ZT-0470, yes, that is definitely one that I want very badly. I've heard it's going to be a long time before they come out, so I didn't even... I saw you can pre-order on the Blade HQ, but I'm tired of pre-ordering stuff and waiting for freaking ever. So yeah, I'd not. I'm gonna wait on that one until they're actually closer to coming out. I'll may even wait till they come out. So I have a good enough line with a ZT distributor that I know I'll be able to get one. So I'm probably just gonna wait. Yeah. Oh, how does the round head in the hand? I like it. It fits my hand really well. Again, I have large size gloves but very skinny fingers, but it works pretty good. Yeah. Oh yeah, Mr. Gearbear got to play with my wave too. That's a really weird thing to say. I almost said play with my Snaggletooth. That would have sounded even grosser. But any other like Blade Show or anything else questions? Except for politics and religion, we'll stay off of that. That's only something that Mr. Gearbear and I argue about in the privacy of his home in front of his dog. Oh, is that A-Ray's name is Adam? I'm glad to know that. I learned something new. I'll forget it in 5 minutes, but no, I have not gotten the Satin Recon one. It'd be cool to have one. So, I see the new Spyderco with the wheel opener thing. I did not see that. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. You sussy boy. That's his name, guys. If you're not looking at the thing, I'm not just being a weirdo. Get to handle any artisan cutleries? No, but I think I'm going to in the very near future. So, pretty excited about that. So, EDC with Aaron. Hey, it's good to see you, man. I likes your channel. You do good. You do's good things. I'm just looking back at some of your joke answers to the trivia question, which again is, what year did the Buck 110 come out? Oh, that's what bit me on this finger. It was this Buck 110. That was it. Because the thumb disc. Oh, it almost got me again. Look at that. You almost got a live TV bite. You see, the thumb disc just isn't in the right place for me, as I saw in the review, and it's always kind of a thing getting it open. And if you're a dumbass and you have your hand in the way, it can get you. It didn't, though. I survived that one. We know what Aaron looks like now. That sounds like a... Great, your dog. Your dog wouldn't bite me. Your dog loves me. Oh, cool. Read EDC with Aaron's comment. I'm not going to reread the whole thing. He has a very good insight about artisans. So, 1654. It feels like 1654 sometimes the Buck 110 came out. Spoiler alert, I was not alive when the Buck 110 is definitely older than me. Do I have a dog? If so, what breed? Yes, I used to have two. One just passed away in October. I'm still mourning. I had an Australian cattle dog that was my dog. And when my wife and I got together, she had a dog. And so we wound up with two. Then eventually three. My dad passed away. We took care of his dog for the last couple years of his life. He was a black lab, dumb as a brick. Liked him, or I loved him, didn't like him very much. He was just an idiot. But I loved my cattle dog. I'll have another one someday. Cattle dogs are just awesome. They're a lot of effort, but they're worth it. They have like a 200-word vocabulary. They're beautiful. They're super smart. They're just difficult. They're so smart. They're a pain in the ass. But loved her so much, and she passed away way too young. She was only 11. My dog did bite me. The two biggest scars in my hand are not from knives. Her last act on this earth as she was being put to sleep, she didn't know what she was doing. She was drugged up, and she just snapped the nearest hand by her, and she got me. So that was sad. But almost had to have surgery. This was pretty bad. It's healed well, but I assure you, I couldn't use my hand for a month, so that was bad. But now I have, we still have our lovely little poodle. We have a little poodle with one eye that my wife rescued before we even met each other. Sweetest little girl. I hated little dogs. I love this little dog. She's a tiny little thing, and she's only about 15 pounds. She sleeps on my pillow next to my head every night. She's just sweetest, nicest dog in the world. I really do love her, and I'm so glad we still have her. And I have a cat that is possessed by Satan. So a very smart Satan. So I have a really smart pain in the ass cat, which is not a combination that you like. I love him, but man, he's a pain in the ass. So yeah, bites are terrible. Yeah, I don't make a whole thing about dog bites, but this was pretty bad. It took a long time to heal. It didn't get infected or anything. Me being me, I went to the hospital about 2 weeks after, and when it wasn't healing, and this went all the way to the bone and actually cracked my thumb, and this just went pretty far in. So it was one tooth, back tooth here, front tooth there. It was a thing for a while. I will say that. So yeah, but yeah, Mr. Gear Bear got his buck 110 with the bad thumb disc placement. He at least got a hat out of it. I didn't get shit. I was very disappointed by that. Don't you know who I am? I'm a slightly, moderately noticed, somewhat YouTuber. Why didn't I get a hat? I think Mr. Gear Bear spends a lot more money on knives than I do, so that's probably why. Golden Retriever guy, yeah, they're great. It's just I'm kind of done with big dogs because they don't live very long. So, and I just get so upset. What's my favorite K-Dot album? I don't even know what that is. Do you mean K-pop, like Korean pop music? I don't know what K-Dot is. Is that the same thing? I know my son has big floppy hair, and at work they like to make fun about being a Korean pop star. But it's fun, and sometimes it makes it home with him. Oh, Kendrick Lamar. Oh, what's my favorite one? Probably Damn. Yeah, I've never heard him called K-Dot. I'm sorry. I will say the concert was freaking awesome. It was really, really good. It was a lot of fire and awesomeness. It was really, really cool. And he did Humble twice. Well, the first time he just did the first 4 words of Humble and held the microphone out, and the crowd did the whole rest of it. And then he started over again and did it all himself. It was pretty cool. Oh yeah, I guess I technically still half own a Puggle. My ex-wife got him, but yeah, got her. But she's a sweetheart too. Dumb as a brick, but sweet dog. She's still kicking. I think she's 12 or 13 now. Is the OS 10 Cold Steel is using an upgrade over BD1? You know, I don't have a lot of experience with OS 10. I am going to definitely buy one of the Cold Steel OS 10 knives just to answer that exact question. I do have a couple of BD1 knives. I've got of course, my Manix 2 lightweight, and then I've got a SOG Terminus that are BD1. So I have a lot of experience with that, so I would like to see that. So, yeah, I can attest if Mr. Gear Bear's dog bites him, you'll know because he'll be selling all his knives because of his one hand. That dog is huge. He's awesome, though. He's such a good dog. I love that dog. I'm going to steal that dog someday, I swear. I want to make sure that I am the legal guardian of that dog if anything happens to you. No, on this buck 110, no, you cannot adjust that thumb stud. It is notched in there, unfortunately. So you can get that. I can't remember the company now. I just ordered one for another nameless buck 110 that's coming here that I can't talk about yet because it's for somebody else who sometimes watches this show, so I don't want to say. But although I guess I kind of just did. But what's the company that makes the bolt-on thumb stud? So I can't remember. The OS 10 that Tuya Knives uses is absolutely incredible. Never tried Cold Steels though. Yeah, thanks for that. Because yeah, I'm curious about it too. So I want to try the Cold Steel and the Quick Stud. Yeah, I got one of those for another one. So have I checked out the Viper Easy Open? No, but it's on my short list for sure. I definitely am. That's a cool one. I don't know if I want to buy one, but hopefully some of the people who I'm in pass around groups and stuff with will get one I can try out, and if I like it, I would probably jump on one. But yeah, I mostly buy the ultra modern slip joints because preparing for trips to Europe and stuff. So and I'm not going next year. Wah, wah. So I will still definitely be reviewing them because I know you guys like those reviews, but it's not something I'm gonna do all the time. So you have a Viper Easy. Oh, you have the Viper Easy Open. Did you do a review of that yet, Aaron? If you did, I want to see it. So you have 3 Band-Aids on today. So you're just learning is what you're saying. Mega Mr. Victor. I like pronouncing your names in crazy ways on here. It's fun. But Oh, how's the steel? I don't know yet. I haven't put it through a whole lot yet. It's this is on the Valhalla. Somebody's asking what the steel is like. It is RWL 34. I know that it is a a basic equivalent to CPM 154, and that don't bother me. I know some people are really freaking out because it's a Reate and it's not M390, but they're doing a whole lot of knives in that, and I can tell you, this knife is CPM 154, which is supposed to be an equivalent to that, and I've put this knife through holy hell on a daily basis, and it's been fine. It's been just fine. So the new case flipper looks awesome. It does. Isn't that the one by Southern Grind? I'm pretty tempted by that one myself too. That looks really, really cool. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see your review of the Viper Easy Open though, Aaron. You do a good job with the reviews. I think we have pretty similar tastes in a lot of ways, so I'm really excited to see that. So yeah, Case kind of made a flipper. It's Southern Grind makes it for them, and it looks great. It looks kind of like a Southern Grind Spider Monkey, but I would say a little more aesthetically pleasing and a little bit cheaper. So yeah, yeah, not one Zoe. Like he likes to pull pretty light. Or he likes to pull heavy. He definitely does. I mean, this is the only slip joint I think he really likes because it is a bastard to open, and he loves that about it. So yeah, I think RWL 34 is great too. I don't see that. It's just people are used to seeing M390. They're just bit in. You know, it's just ingrained. That's the word I'm looking for. It's ingrained into your head that fancy anything over $250 has to be M390 now, and it doesn't. Everything has good qualities. Again, this is the first RWL 34 knife I've had. This is another reason why I wanted it. I wanted to have a Reate, and I wanted to have something in RWL 34 because it is becoming more popular, and this kills two birds with one stone. So, yeah. I hope we see more slip joints with the front finger choil this year. You will. I mean, the slip joints are taking over the world, man. I mean, this is a thing now, and I'm happy to say I was on the band early, but yeah, like this is the best tech slip joint prototype. I showed this earlier. I don't know if you were on here, but this has a nice front finger choil. I think we're going to see a ton of them like this. The Best Tech is also making a Goblin in a slip joint, which will definitely have the front finger choil, just like the current Goblin. So, and I can't wait for that one. That's like an instantaneous buy. I already told them, just send me a knife and a bill. I want one. I don't even need to see it in full production before I just grab it. This knife wheel things, Paul Alexander. Oh yeah, yeah. I guess I may remember that vaguely from the. I'm mumbling to myself and then answering to myself. Spyderco knife with the wheel thing is Paul Alexander. I can't find anything about it except the Blade HQ Spyderco video from the Blade Show. Yeah, I watched that too. I guess I vaguely remember that, but yeah. How many of us use our knives at steel capabilities? It gets a bit crazy. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I like a knife with a good steel, but anything, honestly, you're kind of right, Mr. Gearbear. Anything above maybe. I don't like 8CR13. I'm not a fan of AUS 8, but really, like anything above that is probably fine. Just like somebody asked on the podcast the other day, it was a great question we got. It was like, how much do you really need to spend on a knife? And yeah, I mean, look at everything here is. I mean, this is only $69, noise, but everything else in 155. But everything else here is $200-300, but really $80, you're fine. I mean, for $80. You can get this. So it seems slip joints are becoming popular because a lot of the big companies are making some. I think it's the other way around, Mike. I'm going to disagree with you there. I think it's the big companies are making them because they're getting popular. The whole tactical thing has kind of passed, and cities are passing more restrictive knife laws, and I think that's a big driving factor, is that people still want something badass but is legal to carry. And that's why you're seeing knives, Best Tech dumping a crap ton of money into this. I can tell you this is a pretty slick design, Kaiser with the zip slip and stuff. It's just they wouldn't be putting money into it unless they were sure there was a market for them. And there definitely is. Because especially in your municipality, Mike, you should probably be carrying a slip joint. Oh yeah, I wish Kershaw would step away from 8CR13 MOV. So does everyone. It's getting silly now. I mean, like the Atmos. Let me see if I can grab it really quick. The Atmos, for instance, this lovely little nice thing. They're what, 30, 35 bucks, something like that. A little bit of carbon fiber accents on it. Great blade shape. Such good ergonomics. Runs on bearings. 30, 35 bucks. If it was $45 with 12C28N, this would probably be my favorite knife of 2018. And it being 8CR, it just makes me angry. I do carry it. I do use it for light duty stuff, but it's one of my knives I sometimes carry when I'm going to play tennis or whatever. But it's just because it's really light. But it's just, this is a knife, just an awesome design, just let down by this. CRKT too. The Pilar, I had it out for a review. It's 8CR13. Amazing, great design. Jesper Voxnay is my favorite design, probably my favorite knife designer, and it's freaking 8CR. It's just disgusting. They are going to make this in a 12C27. That, well, Blade HQ is carbon fiber. I'm definitely going to get one of those. But you get my point. It's just dumb now. It's just completely pointless. Hope for an M390 or S35 sprint run for the Atmos. Well, they kind of are. That's called the ZT0470 they just released. It's a slightly larger Atmos in titanium and carbon fiber and M390, or sorry, 20 CV, which is M390 pretty much. All zero tolerance lane locks and frame locks fail. Don't believe me, test them. I've never had any problem with the zero tolerance liner lock or frame lock. I had a bunch of them. Sorry, you have not had a good time with them. So the 0470 Libya, yeah, it's beautiful. It's coming out like late this year, they said. So most crimes are committed using kitchen knives. Yeah, or junk. Yeah, one or the other. Yep. I don't understand knife laws. Like for instance, in my town, I can't carry an automatic, but this cold steel that I modified with the Snaggletooth thing to Emerson wave out of my pocket, totes legal, absolutely legal to carry this, but it opens instantly out of my pocket. But for instance, wow, it's even right here. It's almost like I planned this. I didn't, I swear. This Boker Kalashnikov automatic, it's legal for me to own, illegal for me to carry. If I pull this out of my pocket, I gotta pull it out, I have to find the stud and then open it. I open this so much faster. This is just whip and it's open. This, I have to pull it out, find the button, all this stuff. Closing it's difficult. It's just like, why is this illegal? It's just so stupid. But blade is too big and $300. Oh, it's talking about the 0470. I don't know. I don't think it's too big. I think that's a good. Isn't it like 3.5, something like that? I do have a lot of 3-inch knives, so I don't really need any more 3-inch knives. I got a bunch of them that I really, really love. So, I mean, definitely I'll get them to review and stuff, but I'm not. I sometimes prefer a 3-inch, sometimes I don't. So. Yeah, don't give him big whacks on the spine. So yeah. Yeah, I just don't get it. Like a lot of somebody saying, you know, that autos are illegal, and I assume you're saying Australia, not Austria. The flippers deploy as fast. Yeah, it's just kind of dumb. But yeah, the 0470 is gorgeous. I have not had a Tucson yet. That is a brand that I do want to try. You guys know I've talked before on here about I'm not a fan of some of the Chinese companies that make clones and stuff, but I would not put Tucson in that category. Tucson, the artisan cutlery ones, I really want to try. Those are two that are kind of on my radar of stuff that I really want to get my hands on at some point. I actually just had some assisted opening is fine all the time. Lewis Ward saying New York State assisted opening are okay if you have a hunting fishing license, so can you carry it if you might go fishing? I will answer that. Assisted opening's fine all the time. Assisted opening is fine. Like, for instance, the Kershaw Dividend, that's fine. You can have this. It's a 3-inch. I could carry this in downtown Rochester. It's 3 inches. It's just assisted opening. That's fine. Automatics are legal to own. They are legal to use while hunting and trapping. You have to, if you're, or while fishing or trapping. If you're fishing or trapping or hunting, you have to keep them in a tackle box. If you're fishing, If you're hunting, the minute you're done, you have to put them somewhere else away from you. So no, you can't just like drive around in your car with an automatic and a fishing pole and say, "Well, I might have gone fishing." It doesn't. That won't save you. My favorite knife so far. That's a tough question, but and I said I'm giving it a couple of days before I review it. But so far, this is up there. Not gonna say it's my favorite so far, but this wee wasabi is pretty great. I do have to say, it's completely Bryan spec is the thing I love about it. It's longer than I usually like. That's what she said, but I do like it. I like the warning on it. It's getting up there. Chinese are making more and more original designs, and those that don't like it should remember that are outsourcing, giving the expertise. Oh no, I agree. I agree. It's definitely a two-sided slope. But like Ganzo's, I won't review because Ganzo just unashamedly makes clones and copies, and that's why you don't see him on here. And I know that a lot of the knives I like, that the companies that put their name on them probably also on the sly make clones and stuff, but. Okan, how many knives do you own? Oh, I can answer that fairly precisely because I've got my two spider packs together are, I don't know, 60, something like that, maybe. Someone just mentioned the rectifier. I'm sure it's around here somewhere because I was carrying it today. I don't know where I moved it. Yeah, I was just carrying my rectifier today. The rectifier is an awesome knife. One of the only other knives I have coming in to review is the Practic, which is kind of a big rectifier with M390. I'm really excited about that. I'm supposed to have that probably Wednesday or so. Yeah, Ganzo has original designs, but they also still keep making the copies, so that's why I will never review their stuff. I'm not going to support a company that makes copies, even if it is an original design. I feel the same way about CH and some of the other guys that still just make copies. The rectifier is fantastic. Where is it? I know it's on this desk somewhere. I literally just saw it right before we started this video. Oh, there it is. I had it flipped titanium side up, so I didn't recognize it. So, yeah, the rectifier. I love this thing. So slicey. What a great knife. You've been neglecting folders to feed your balisong addiction. You know what? I almost bought a balisong trainer the other day. I had one eons ago and cut myself a lot. But then now I think maybe, I don't know. I am kind of tempted to try some of those. So, oh yeah, GearBest has contacted me several times about reviewing stuff and getting kickbacks and stuff, and I've always said no. And then I said no 3 times. Then they had someone else email me. So, yeah. Yeah, Birdshot used to do GearBest reviews. Definitely, I've seen several of those on there. You know, it's up to you, dude. I'm not gonna. This is inside baseball. I'm sorry. Now it's 2 YouTubers talking, but Aaron, I'm not gonna give you any shit if you review GearBest stuff. I'm just not gonna. I decided not to. And some of the guys I've talked to who do it didn't make a whole lot of money doing it because you know you do the little. It's not like a commission thing, but you know if somebody buys it through, you're like they did kickback now. Yeah, Patty does. He does a good job at it. I'm not knocking anybody who does. I'm not trying to sound superior. You'll just never see him here. That's just not my thing. I think because I'm very sour to the cloning and copy industry from the bike industry, being in the bike industry for so many years and seeing that really hurt some guys, that never gonna support it, ever. No, can't say homage. No, CH is on the CH is on the Devil Knives is one I've thought about. They are on the edge, but they still just something about makes me feel a little. I don't know. They're sold at a lot of sites that sell clones. I guess probably is what I don't like about CH. I'm not sure that they're necessarily bad guys, but they're sold through a lot of bad guys. Does that make any sense? So the Valhalla blade on an 8-inch fixed blade fighter. Oh yeah. I could defend a country with that. It's pretty awesome. So, you folks working on a new blog. Yeah, sorry. We're kind of getting off on the whole GearBest thing. But it's a good topic to talk about. It's good to know where your channels lie. So, some people won't watch a channel if it reviews, you know, Ganzos and stuff. Some won't watch a channel if it doesn't. So it is good to know where everybody stands on that kind of stuff. So I feel like we're going to have to start making pledges or something. Any more questions before we wrap this thing up? I've had a good time. This has been, we've actually flowed and been somewhat organized. I actually got through everything I wanted to talk about. Had some good questions. Can't wait for the We Knife Roxy. Hells yeah. Favorite knife from Blade Show. Definitely the Roxy. Thank God I know the guy who owns it. So, yeah, who designed it, I mean, and the guy who also works with We. So I'm really super happy to get that. Very, very much. I cannot wait to get my hands on a Roxy. I've told him if he doesn't get me one of the first ones, I'll never speak to him again. Sheepdog or Rectifier? Two totally different knives. I mean, yeah, the Sheepdog can do a lot of work. It is, but it's a tiny little thing. The Rectifier is actually just a regular EDC knife that's a chameleon. I just had it in my hand and I set it down again and it's gone again. I've lost the same knife twice in one video and I put it back in the exact same spot. Yeah, the Rectifier is just bigger. Yeah, I think that's apples and oranges, really. If I had to grab one, it'd probably be the Rectifier, just because it's such a good slicer. We're going to put that there. We can keep an eye on it, because I keep losing it. Have I tried the Viper Dan, too? I haven't tried any of the Viper Dans. I really want to do so. Reate Jack more than any of my kidneys. Aaron, I feel precisely the same way. I hesitate to tell you that Eugene Kwan has a review up of the Jack already. I don't watch it. It's just going to hurt your soul. I still don't know what they're going to cost yet. So, have I owned a Frenzy? No, I have not. It's Monday for somebody. So, the flow is too good, not enough alcohol. You know what? Maybe you're right. Let me grab another drink of my beer here. Maybe that'll keep things going better. So, oh, you already saw it and then sent a message begging to buy it from him. Oh, the Roxy is a really cool Warncliffe, really heavy duty, about this same size knife from We, designed by Todd Knife and Tools. It's just fantastic. It's really, really cool. It's very kind of futuristic, angular looking. It looks, as the fat man would say, I wish he still did knife videos, bad to the ass. It is really, really cool. I can't wait to see one. So it is right hand only, I do believe. I'm not sure. Do I have any integrals? I do not. Oh yeah, the Zell is left and right. I wasn't sure what you were saying, or the rectifier, the Zell, whatever. The rectifier is right hand, left hand, but I didn't know what. I thought you were talking about the Roxy. What beer am I drinking? I got it hidden in its little koozie. Three Heads Lager. It's very, very good. Three Heads Brewing. Check them out. A couple more questions and we'll wrap this up. So I've been going on for a while here. Although every time I say that, there's spikes. I've had dogfish. I've had probably a super tanker's worth of dogfish. Actually, I used to know the owner somewhat well. We had a few phone conversations and stuff. Nice dude. Am I going to Blade Show 2019? Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm definitely going. I'm already worked out somebody to share a room with. What is the next trend coming in knives after slip joints? Huh. I don't know. I think everything's just kind of going away from the tactical slowly. I think we're getting more I'm sorry, I just saw something make me laugh. I'll get to that in a moment. I think we're just kind of getting away from the crazy stuff, which is good to me. I don't know exactly what the thing is. Warncliffes are super freaking popular right now. I will say that. Definitely Warncliffes. Persians coming back a little bit. I think collaborations are the absolute future of the knife industry. You're going to have all these really badass custom designers doing stuff through We and Reate and Spyderco and everybody. I think, yeah, and smaller. Yep, as Mr. Guerrero said, seems to be tiny little knives. Smaller is definitely a recommendation. Tony, what interrupted me was Tony, I'm going to say Knief, guessing how to pronounce your last name. Koozie means vagina in Aussie slang. It means that in America also. at least in my family. But I spent a lot of time around British people, so maybe it doesn't, and I just thought that. But I have used koozie as a euphemism for the ladies' sacred place. I don't think I've ever said the words ladies' sacred place together today. I'm quite proud of that, actually. If you're ever in the Albany area, I highly recommend checking out Druthers. I am in the Albany area fairly often. They have a helium, or not helium, what is it? Comedy club out there. I don't remember the name of the channel, or of the chain. Do you like Fat Tire? I do not like Fat Tire Ale. I think it's disgusting, and I am a former Funny Bone. Yeah, that's what I meant. Do you like Fat Tire Ale? I do not. It's disgusting. I just, and that's as a mountain biker who really wants to love it, and it's not. Yep, they're all in malls. All the Funny Bones are in malls, but they're freaking great. The great clubs. The one in Syracuse is phenomenal. It's gigantic. Best green room in every comedy club. There's some inside baseball for you. Best green room of any comedy club I've ever been to is the Funny Bone in Syracuse. I think that the koozie is the man's sacred place. I guess you might be right there, yeah. PBR is great. I love PBR. That is my shitty bar beer of choice. Everybody always has a can of PBR buried in the back somewhere if there's something else I don't like. I much prefer it to Budweiser or anything like that. Of course, being in America, being in New York, which is barely America, being in New York, I'm a Jenny guy, but PBR is pretty damn tasty. On your path to becoming a state employee in the state of New York. That's secure employment anyway. We got lots of those. Yep, Syracuse isn't a bad town. You got a lot of homeless people in Syracuse. I don't mean to shit on Syracuse, but especially down near the old comedy club before they had the Funny Bone. It used to be like downtown, like in a basement, and you had to park like 2 blocks away in this parking lot. And man, I encountered more homeless people in those 2 blocks than any other 2 blocks in my entire life. Yeah, the comments are going downhill. Things are getting out of hand. Good point, Steve Milk. You are. Oh, I do want an answer to this question before we wrap up, though. Lewis Ward just asked, what's the best knife show in New York State? I would love to know that. Yes, Franklin Square is what I speak of. What's the best knife show in New York State? I would love to know that, too. If anybody wants to know yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to tell me, I would love to know that, too, because I would love to go to some knife shows around here, and I have Googled and stuff. I've never seen any. Yeah, I'm not sure we do. We could call me. I forgot to put my phone in the thing. All right, I'm going to assume we're still on. But, oh, it stopped. He interrupted it. God damn it. Am I back on? I don't know if I'm on or not. I'm going to pretend that I am. Let's just wrap it up. We were going to do that anyway. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Bye.